What is going on, guys? Nathan here with a Team Fortress 2 gameplay commentary. I haven't done one of these in a while, but I was actually inspired to make this video after watching Muzelk's latest video, where he was comparing Overwatch with Team Fortress 2 after he had actually played Overwatch for a few hours at, I believe it was like PAX East or BlizzCon or whatever it was, I'm not really sure. But I was reading the comments of the video, and one comment in particular really kind of resonated with me, and that I kind of had a problem with. The comment was essentially saying, Overwatch had better not kill, if you can see my air quotes, Overwatch better not kill TF2 because this person had spent so much money on keys and items in Team Fortress 2, and the sort of mood of the comment was very defensive, like oh, Overwatch better not kill TF2 because I've spent so much money on this game, kind of that sort of mood. And I honestly have a problem with that attitude. I think it's completely unjust to be defensive over Overwatch, like killing TF2. Not that it will, because first of all, let's establish this, okay? More than one class-based first-person shooter can exist at any given time. It's not like just because Overwatch is going to come out and it's very similar to TF2 doesn't mean that TF2 is going to completely just belly up, just die. There's always going to be a very committed community that will continue to play Team Fortress 2. And I mean, the game isn't going to physically go away. You can always play TF2, and even let's say 100% of people left Team Fortress 2, you can still kind of get the same experience by playing with bots and whatnot. So anyway, that's kind of beside the point, but I wanted to establish that Overwatch just isn't going to outright kill TF2 when it comes out. Let's be real here. And it wasn't just this comment either that has this sort of defensive attitude over Overwatch, threatening TF2. I've kind of noticed that's the general attitude of the TF2 community, if I may be so bold as to sort of generalize that, because I've been seeing a lot of posts, at least on Reddit, on our TF2, about people are a little bit defensive and just because they've spent so much time and money into the game, and they don't want to see that all go to waste. But I would actually like to talk about that, because I think, honestly, I'm probably in the minority here with this sort of opinion, but to me, any monetary investment into a game is an investment into entertainment, and really nothing more. You are essentially spending money on pixels in 99% of games. TF2, however, is the rare exception where you can resell stuff for real money, but that's, very rare in terms of the game. The majority of the Team Fortress 2 community is not going to be able to resell their entire backpack for real life money on PayPal before the game quote unquote dies. But you are essentially spending money on pixels in 99% of games for materials that don't really physically exist. And to me, this is okay, because when you spend money on video games, you are paying for entertainment, which, in economical terms, is a service and not a good. Okay, if I spend a bunch of money on packs of cards in Hearthstone, it might appear that I have paid for a physical item, which is the cards, but I've actually paid for a service in that those cards, which don't really exist and which I can't resell to gain my money back, will entertain me by allowing me to build better decks, win more, and provide me with entertainment. So the point is, any money that you invest into any game by purchasing electronic content is going to be worthless at some point in time due to the game's lifecycle. To be defensive over threats to TF2 such as Overwatch is really a bad attitude to have, because whether you like it or not, TF2 is going to die at some point. I've personally spent hundreds of dollars on the game, and I'm completely okay with that, because I didn't pay for the value of the items in my TF2 backpack when I bought them. I paid for a better experience within the game, which those items sort of, they provide that service for me. And I've received that sort of better experience multiple times over just because of the time that I've spent in the game. Last year when I was a junior in high school, I spent about $300 on a free mobile game that most of you probably know called Clash of Clans. And while I know that what I was truly paying for with that $300 was a better, more entertaining experience in that game, many people might think that those purchases were a complete waste of money because I wasn't physically purchasing anything. I don't have anything that I can still hold in my hands a year later and say, like, I own this. Like something like, I don't know, a loaf of bread, although you're not going to keep a loaf of bread for like a year, obviously, so bad example. But those people that thought that those purchases were a complete waste of money, they are actually right, because I really never did acquire a tangible object with my $300. That money was essentially flushed down the drain. And the same thing is true in Team Fortress 2. You can't start making purchases in a game thinking that you're going to get some item that will keep its value forever. Any money spent towards hats or cosmetics is purely an investment into making the game more enjoyable. And if you happen to resell some of those items while they still have some monetary value, good for you. But 99% of people are going to essentially lose their TF2 backpacks, and that's okay because those items offer a service and are not really a tangible good. Therefore, to me, having an attitude of, oh, Overwatch is bad because it will make my TF2 items worthless is an unjust attitude to have.